Hey guys, welcome back to Ligari Products. We have another really cool video for you today. We really hope you enjoy it. We work hard on these videos. We try to show you as much information as we can without being boring. Enjoy.
So yeah guys, he's getting ready to do, he's got bathrooms, little landing from the stairs right here. You can see all the cracks are patched, all the tack strip holes from the carpets are filled. Anything that would cause a different look from the floor, he's already filled. This joint right here, filled, all the edges. I mean, this floor is clean. It don't get cleaner than that. That's why you guys use an auto scrubber, because that's what cleans these floors amazingly. Mopping just doesn't really get it clean. It just kind of smears the dust around. And then going back into here, we're going to show you guys the whole process. Notice how he started in the middle after he dips it, and then he just feathers it to each edge. We always teach you guys to always, once you dip it in the bucket, to start in the middle of the floor or whatever section you're on, and then roll it out to each edge. You can see how close he gets up. Doesn't even need a paintbrush now. Using that little roller, little 6-inch roller. Saves a lot of time, especially when you're doing large areas. So just like all the other steps, guys, priming is super simple. They're just repeating the process as they go along and working their way out the room. He's rolling the main floor. Justin's over here hitting all the edges, working just right in front of him. You don't want to get too far ahead because the primer will already start setting up. Like I said, guys, rolling it out really good like that and thin, it really drives that primer into the concrete and creates a really good bond. You see how much better this floor looks just with our primer on it. So notice he's spreading out the beads the opposite way of how they were rolled out or dumped out. And he's just being light, kind of just flatten them off. All right, so he's taking the 18-inch roller, he's soaking the roller with out in the middle of the floor where you know it's nice and thick. Usually your edges are a little thinner. Once he's got it saturated good, he's gonna start cross rolling out the floor, just wall to wall, and this is gonna help even it out nice and even from just magic troweling it. This product soak level is really amazing. And this is our slow cure polyaspartic, lots of working time. It's ideal for metallic epoxies. It's specifically designed for metallic epoxy floors. Most people that use polyaspartics they're used to it drying really, really fast. Not a lot of working time. It's just a pain in the butt to use, but not all product is specifically designed for a lot of working time and a self-level like nothing else. Just basically like an epoxy does. But you can see how awesome this is already looking. Add the highlights and he's gonna get color on the whole floor, and then he'll go back and add extra if he needs to, but he's gonna go different ways. And he'll try to, if you see through the floor, he's gonna try to get color anywhere you can kind of still see through the floor. And once he swirls it together, you won't really see any of it. So that's simple, guys. Roll it out, add some color, swirl it, and walk away knowing that you're gonna come back and have an amazing looking floor the next day. And notice how he's going different ways. He's not doing the same pattern over and over. They're all different directions. So look guys, he's got color on this whole 180 square foot section, and I want you to see how much he's got left in the bucket. He's hardly used any. You don't need a lot of highlight colors, especially when you're doing white. You start putting too much color out there and it's gonna just overpower it. So look how much he has left. He didn't even use hardly any of that. Just real quick. Different directions. And while he's swirling this, we got the mixer in the back starting to mix up the next section. And that's how you would do a floor efficiently, how you know you keep getting fresh product where it's not getting sticky on you. And yeah, you want to be careful when you're walking around because it does get slippery. All right guys, so now he's doing the next section, pouring beads out. So we got the bathroom, the stair landing here, right in front of the stairs. It'll do up to this pole right here. And then it'll also do over here by the window. So that's the next section. And you can see how awesome this is already looking. That's just from doing highlights in a swirl. That's it, that's all it takes, guys. Dump it out, put your highlights on it, and swirl it around. Look at that, and awesome looking. All right, so just like the first section, squeegeeing it around, kind of leveling it all out everywhere, and then we'll take the roller and roll it around. All right, so Dustin's doing the rolling it out after it's all been squeegeed. Notice how his roller doesn't make a sound. That means we got a good thick coat everywhere. If it starts sounding really sticky, it means you need to get a little more resin in that area. All right, so it's been rolled. Now we just add the highlights, and this is our second section. Notice how we got really fluid product because we're not trying to do it all in once. And what I mean by that is trying to put the base coat down in this whole basement area and then come back and do the highlights. You always want to split it up into manageable sections. That way you're always getting fresh material and it just makes it a lot easier. And there's no really lighting in this downstairs yet, so it's kind of, I apologize for the darkness of it. It's a renovation and they still haven't got a lot of lights up. You see how he's bringing his veins all the way to the edges? You want to do that. You don't want to just stop a couple inches from the edges everywhere, because you'll see that once you're done swirling it. You won't have any color on the edges. You guys can kind of see why we say our kits are so easy to install. I mean, it's pretty hard to screw this up. So you see our tape lines, that's the end of this section, corner to corner. And so he knows to not put highlights down past that. Same exact process, just rolling around, different angles. Remember this spot, guys? So you can see all the swirl marks, the roller lines. See how they're already going away? Starting to look really marbleized. And even where we swirled in the colors, you can't even really see a swirl line. That's how awesome this product is. It's just basically foolproof, guys. So look, see how it's kind of light right there? We're gonna add a little color, and we're gonna make it look like the rest of the floor. And you just gotta be conscious when you're going around swirling that you're doing enough color everywhere. You can always add a little bit. So we're gonna add a little bit to that. So look, light spot, we're gonna add some color, and that'll once he swirls that, that'll blend in like the rest of the floor. It'll look really good. All right, so Justin's magically trialing out the last section. Cody's over here doing a quick roll on everything. Just like we've done every section up to now, same exact process. And then what he's gonna do now, he's gonna immediately add highlights to this edge here, and he's gonna blend that real quick before he finishes off the rest of the section. And he's also gonna blend in right there. That way we get that blended in real quick to where we don't see any hard lines of where we started or stopped. You can see how awesome this is looking. Like I said, the stuff's gonna move and flow for the next 4 to 6 hours. Yeah, we'll just get this done. Yeah. We got Justin over here finishing out the floor. The last section, we'll add some highlights to do a swirl. And then we've been spraying denatured alcohol as we're done with each section. That's helping popping any bubbles. You can see how we swirled it, came back, added some color. That's completely fine, but you wouldn't want to come out to here to the first section and come and start swirling it or adding color. If you're gonna add color or re-swirl somewhere, you gotta do it in the section you're at. You don't wanna go back. I wouldn't even go back to here and add more color, and that was the second section. Because you run the risk of it not flowing out and the roller line's not going away. You just run the risk of a lot of things not turning out if you go back and swirl it and it gets sticky. So I wanna show you guys, he just swirled this, and you can kind of see all the swirl marks that the roller left, all the little swoops, the hard lines. And then we go over here where the first section was, you don't see any of that. It's all marbleized now, it's all modeled. We got a bunch of highs and lows. It just looks amazing. But there's really no roller marks out here. So he's gonna spray the floor with the denatured, and see that big bubble, boom, pops it immediately. You wanna do it right after you're done. You wanna do a fine mist, And that's gonna pop all the bubbles that are in the floor. I'll kind of get in a spot where you can kind of see the bubbles, see them. When you spray it, it will leave some dispersing effects, some crater-looking marks on the floor, but those will level out if you spray it early enough. If you wait too long, those might stay in the floor and not go away, but you kind of see the marks underneath the surface. Those will dissipate. We have the same thing over there at the front, and you can't even see them now. All right, guys, so it's been about 24 hours. We're here on this floor, and we're getting ready to apply the top coat, the urethane top coat. So what Cody's doing now is he's just lightly sanding the floor. You can kind of see how it's knocked out any chunks or any debris in the floor. We had all the windows open. It kind of got some stuff in the floor in random spots. It's kind of hard to see, but they're there. So it's always good to, if you have any imperfections or any particles that have landed in the resin, to sand it. You can see some stuff kind of sticking up. So that'll knock all those down. And he's just using a floor buffer basically with the 120 grit sandpaper on it, and he'll show you how simple it is. It's really fast. He's just lightly hitting the floor. And then so once you get the majority of the floor done, now he's gonna go through with the palm sander with 220 grit, and he's gonna sand all the edges. So Cody's getting ready to apply the top coat. The floor's been sanded, it's been vacuumed, it's been blowing out, it's been wiped clean. So now we're doing the urethane top coat. He's using a 6-inch roller and he's hitting all the edges. He'll go around and hit all these edges, and then he'll use this 18-incher roller and go the rest of the floor. And he's gonna go wall to wall when he does it. And this stuff's made to go on really, really thin, so just make sure you spread it out and roll it on thin. You don't have to wear cleats for this, but it's just a lot easier. It's good to do a fingernail test in your floor before you apply the top coat. If it is soft from your fingernail, you probably don't want to wear cleats out there because it will leave cleat marks in it. Just depends on, the temperature, the time of day you put it down, depending on the next day how hard it will be. He's gonna notice he's kind of doing about the same amount of square footage as he did when he installed the kits per section. That way if he went around and started coating all the edges on this project, by the time he started rolling the floor out, those top coat edges where he rolled previously would already be setting up and getting sticky, and they wouldn't blend together very well. So just make sure you do a little bit on your edges, then roll out the floor. Do a little bit on your edges, roll out the floor. But you'll see how you can see like the sander marks and stuff from sanding it. Those will all go away once that top coat hits it. It'll bring the shine back, it'll be high gloss again. Notice how he's wringing it out. He doesn't want it soaked up like you would on the primer coat. Because like I said, this stuff goes really far. You'll probably get 2 or 3 wits out of that one dip. You can kind of see how it just brings that gloss back. So what he's doing, he's just spreading it out, getting it rolled out thin, and then he's gonna go back and do back rolls and just kind of lightly roll it out so he doesn't get any roller marks in it, any roller lines. And you always want to overlap and always have whoever's with you helping, and it's good to have them looking around just to make sure you don't have any dry spots or any spots that don't look coated all the way. But the urethane is an awesome top coat. It leaves a minor texture, and that's what gives it that extreme scratch resistance and durability. But notice how right here it's dull, and then out there where he's applied it, really high gloss, really bring back that color. Got rid of all this sander marks from sanding the floor. You want to try to keep a straight line. You don't want to get all crooked when you're rolling this out. Just go as straight as you can. And you see a dry spot right there. It'll hit. That's the kind of stuff you want to look out for. Pretty much it, guys. It's a real simple top coat to apply. You just roll it out really even, and you do your final rolls and work your way out. Always overlap as you go, and it's gonna look awesome. You can really see the difference right here between where the top coat was applied and where it's not applied. You can see that dull line. After the top coat's been applied, looking really good. Thanks for watching, everyone. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, comment below, share the video, help us get the word out. This product is amazing and it's changing the countertop and flooring industry. Also, make sure your notifications are turned on. That way you get notified every time we post a new video. Follow us on our social media sites too, Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest. We're always posting customer installs there, and you can see what people are doing with our products. It's truly amazing. Our systems are one of a kind every time, and remember, Ligari.com has you covered.